thing I'm missing. Yeah, I'm in love with someone else. So when you do me up. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy True Inferno, and today's date is Sunday, October the 7th. Alright, so a number of weeks back, a friend of mine hit me up on Instagram and said, "Hey True, I stopped playing the game for a while, but now I am back, and I want to know which Pokemon I should keep and which one I should transfer." And there's a lot of things you have to consider before you can actually start keeping Pokemon and transferring Pokemon. So we're going to break this down video by video in a little segment I would like to call Back to Basics. So this is mostly for those who are new to the game for the first time or stopped playing for a long time but are now coming back to the game. So in order to determine which Pokemon you should keep and which one you should transfer, the first thing you need to do is figure out that Pokemon's IVs. And right off the bat, you're probably wondering, IVs, what the heck is that? IV stands for individual values. So basically, this tells the Pokemon's individual stats, aka individual values, aka IVs. So for example, my Charmander have stats that are different from your Charmander. They could have the same CP or they could be different, but the stats are different for the most part, unless you caught the exact same Charmander at the exact same time at the exact same spot. Then yeah, that Charmander stats would be the same. Unless you trade it, then it'd be different. But anywho, you need to know how to determine rather Pokemon's IV, and the game will not show you. Niantic does not mention IVs. You have to figure this out on your own, but the game does give you clues. It's really all about what those clues mean. You gotta figure out what those clues mean. Clues mean. So let's get straight into it. So the clue that you're gonna need to rely on is the appraisal system. So in the game, on the lower right corner, you should see a circle with 3 lines in it. You click on that, and then you're gonna see 3 to 4 options. One of them is appraise. So when you click on appraise, your team leader will pop up. So if you missed it, you're gonna get this Caucasian chick. If you're instant, you're gonna get a dude. And if you're valid, my squad, you're gonna get this fine black chick. So yeah, there you go with that. Anywho, let's move on. So they're gonna tell you a bunch of stuff, but at the same time, you probably won't know what they really mean. So here's where you gotta learn the appraisal system. So just type in Pokemon Go appraisal system in Google. You should see a Pokemon Go Hub link, and they will have a page dedicated to the appraisal system, and they'll break it down what each comment means, with the exception of the whole HP attack and defense scenario. And notice I mentioned that in that order. We'll get more on that later. So if we look at the page right now, which should be over data right, we're gonna start off with Mystic. So the number 1 comment you're looking for is this, if you're Mystic, and that is this. Overall, your Pokemon's name. So for example, for a Pokemon name, we're just gonna call it Charmander. Overall, your Charmander is a wonder. What a breathtaking experience. If you see that and you're Mystic, aka the blue team, that means that your Pokemon's IVs are at 82.2% or higher. The higher the IVs, the better that Pokemon is. So again, 82.2% or higher. That's the range that you want. So if your team leader for Mystic Blue Team says this, it's a wonder, which is the keyword you're looking for. You don't need to memorize all that. You just need to memorize certain keywords. It's a wonder. If you're Mystic, that's one of them. So when you see it's a wonder, that means that Pokemon IVs are 82.2% or higher. So, and the maximum is 100. So now if you're Instinct, we're gonna swing on down towards that right there, and your team leader will say, overall, your Charmander looks like it can really battle with the best of them. The keyword here, best. Instinct, y'all got it easy. The keyword here is best. So when you see the word best, that means 82.2% or higher, which is what you want. Now let's move on to my scribe, which is Instinct. So my scribe, my team leader will say, overall, your Charmander simply amazes me. It can accomplish anything. So if you see simply amazes, 82.2% or higher. So there you go, that's what you're looking for. Now, after that, your team leader will mention its strongest feature or features. So what I mean by features, I call them categories, but the game calls them features. And what I mean by that are the following: HP, attack, and defense. And again, I mentioned it in that order because you want it mentioned in that order. Now you're probably thinking, but wait a minute, we can already see the HP in the game, so why would I need to know the HP? Well, the HP in the game actually shows you that Pokemon's exact health point. However, this will tell you the stats behind it, each category or each feature. So, and I'll explain more on that later with my 2 Mewtwo's. So, again, with the features, you're looking for 15 because that's the absolute maximum for each feature. HP 15, attack 15, defense 15, add all that up is 45. 45 out of 45 is a 100% IV Pokemon. We'll get more on that later. So that's why I say you want it in that order. So again, your team leader could say HP is the strongest feature, attack is the strongest feature, defense is the strongest feature, or a combination of, or even all 3. So you gotta pay attention to what your team leader says when it regards to HP, attack, and defense. If it mentions any of them, that means it could be good. Now, let's move on to the next thing your team leader would say. So we're going back up to Mystic, and she's gonna say, hopefully, if she says its stats exceeds my calculations, it's incredible, that means that the strongest feature for that Pokemon for Mystic players, the blue team, is at a 15, is at the maximum. So there you go with that. And the keyword you're looking for here is exceed my calculations. That's the keywords rather that you're looking for if you're Mystic, the blue team. If you're Instinct, the yellow team, you're looking for its stats are the best I've ever seen. No doubt about it. So what's the keyword here? For the second straight time? Best. Again, y'all got it easy when it comes to memorizing these keywords. Best. That's the keyword you're looking for. That means that its strongest feature is at the maximum, 15. Now, if you're my squad, if you're Valor, you're gonna look for I'm blown away by his stats. Wow! 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 So if you see blown away, me personally, I would look more for wow! But everybody says blown away. If you see that, that means that its strongest feature for that Pokemon for Valor, the red team, is at the maximum, 15. If it said anything else, that means it's at a 13-14 range. I have never seen a Pokemon with IVs at 82.2% or higher that where its strongest feature was below 13. I have never seen that. So don't expect to see anything like that. It will either be that 13-14 range or 15, which is what you want, the 15. So let me give you guys an example, but before I do that, let me give you guys the key words. Let me summarize them real quick. So if you missed it, you're looking for it's a wonder and exceeds calculations. If you're Instinct, best. I mean, come on now. Now if you're Valor, you're looking for simply amazes and blown away. So those are the keywords you're looking for. If it says anything else, you may want to transfer it depending on, first off, what its IVs are. So if it, don't say the first keyword for that, get rid of it. Now, I'm about to give you guys some examples. So let's get straight into it. So as you can see here, I got a Mewtwo. And then as you can see here, I got another Mewtwo. So you probably noticed, wait a minute, the HP for both these Mewtwo's are different. How is that possible? Let's check it out. So let's appraise them and I'll show you how it's possible. So again, my squad is Valor, the red team, so I got the cute black chick. She's gonna greet me, and then we're gonna move on. There's that word again, simply amazes. That means the HP for this Mewtwo is at an 82.2% or higher. Let's move on. HP is the strongest feature. Okay, that's cool. Anything else? Nope. We move on to how strong of a feature it is, which is I'm blown away. That means that this is the 82.2% or higher IV Mewtwo, where HP is the strongest feature. It is at a 15. So there you go. Now let's move on to the other Mewtwo. Now I didn't mention the size, that's irrelevant, so don't worry about that. Let's move on now to the other Mewtwo. So we're gonna praise it. Simply amazes, same thing. HP is the strongest feature, same thing. Don't mention any other features again, but she said something different. She don't say blown away. She said it got excellent stats. How exciting. That means that the HP, which is the strongest feature for this Mewtwo, is not at a 15, but instead is at the 13-14 range. Thus, you can see the difference between this Mewtwo, who HP is at 163, and this Mewtwo, which is at 164. Now keep in mind, both of these Mewtwo's are maxed out. I cannot put any more starters in both of these Mewtwo's. I maxed both of them out. Therefore, this is the maximum amount of HP a Mewtwo can get, 164. So there you go right there. That's the difference between these two Mewtwo's in regarding to its HP, which is their their strongest features. So I'm about to give you another example here. We're gonna look at this Kyogre. You can tell it's already a hundo because of what I called it, but I'm gonna give you an example of what you look for. Simply Amazes, if you're valid. If you're Mystic, you're gonna see It's a Wonder. If you're Instinct, Best. Move on. They're gonna mention HP. They're gonna mention attack. They're gonna mention defense. Blown Away. If you're Mystic, Exceeds Calculations. If you're Instinct, Best. But either way, that's a hundo. So it doesn't matter what your team leader is. I'll just explain to you what your team leader would say for this exact Pokemon. So that should help you out in determining hundos, 100% IV Pokemon. So we're gonna move on from this, and then we're gonna talk about how to exactly determine a Pokemon's IVs. So in this case, there's two things I would recommend for you guys. The first thing you want to look up is Poke Assistant. So you want to type in Google, do a Google search rather for Pokemon Go IV Calculator. And one of the links you want to look for is Poke Assistant. This is how it would look like on the phone. It would look something similar to this on the laptop, probably tablet, I don't know. It may look like this or something different, I don't know. But here's what you're going to do. You're going to type in the name of the Pokemon. So I'm going to type in CHARM. And I'm going to stop there. And I'm going to pick from the list. You do not want to spell out the entire word because it will not work. So you want to type in parts of the Pokemon name that you want to look up and then select it. Next, you're going to enter the CP for that Pokemon, the HP for that Pokemon, and then you're going to enter the Stardust that is required for you to power it up. It would be shown with the HP, then the CP and all that stuff. You're going to pick one. And then it's going to ask you, did you power it up already? So if you powered it up, meaning like you hit the power up button at once, that means yes. If you just caught it and you did not power it up at all, you want to keep it, or you didn't power it up, for a fact you didn't power it up, keep it at no. So we're going to keep it at no. And then this is where the appraisal system will come into play. Let's see. It doesn't have a defense. Defense was not its strongest feature. HP was, and attack was. And then those stats was at a 15. So we're going to leave it at 15. Now here's a new feature. Lucky. This is my first time seeing this feature added to the Poke Assistant. So obviously you know what a lucky Pokemon looks like. Now the lucky Pokemon, their Stardust is reduced in half. So if somebody trades you a Pokemon where the number of Stardust is needed to power it up is at 25 and it became lucky, it's cut in half. It's now 1250, which would be on this list actually, which is right there. And you gotta make sure that lucky is selected. Apparently, I never tried that out. We're gonna try that out at some point in time. It'll probably be a really short video if I do that, but we're gonna try it out at some point. And then go hit calculate, and they gonna give you more than likely the one possibility in terms of what your Pokemon IV is. So it'll show up in the bottom, and it'll show all the stats on the bottom. Now, here's another thing. That's cool and all, but if you gotta check a crap ton of Pokemon, this is gonna be time consuming. So I already know some of you guys go look up a third-party app that'll make it quicker. So I would recommend you use nothing else but Calci IV. So Calci IV is the safest one to use because I wouldn't say any other app. There may be other apps that are as safe as Calci IV. I don't know of them. But if you try to find a third-party app like IV Check or whatever, and it asks for your trainer name, your email, your password, anything that you and only you would not only know, but have, no, don't trust it. That could get you suspended or banned. So no, don't do it. Do not use that app. Calci IV, they will only ask for your trainer level and which squad you're with. And again, there's a bunch of level 40s who are part of Team Valor. So it's not like they're going to single you out by putting in that information. That's why Calci IV is safe. So here's how you use it. So you're gonna get the icon, you're gonna click on, you go open up Calci IV, then you go open up the game, and then you're gonna click on, go to the screen for your Pokemon, wherever. You're gonna click on the icon, the Calci icon, make sure it's not covering any of your Pokemon stats, like the CP, the HP, the name of the Pokemon, whatever. Don't cover any of that stuff. We're gonna click on the icon, and then go give us either the exact IVs for that Pokemon, or in this case, which is what I want, a range. So this is an 84% to an 87%. So if you want to be specific, if you really want to know what this really is, again, you got to go through the appraisal system, have a full understanding of what it is. So we know it's 82.2% or higher because they just told us it's 84 to 87. Simply amazes. Or if you're a Mystic, it's surrounded. If you're Instinct, best. So we're gonna keep it going. Attack is the strongest feature, and it's his only feature, and it's at a 15. It's at a maximum. It's small, nobody cares, and then it'll say bye-bye. So there you go with that. And actually, let me go through that again. Let me go to the whole HP, no, attack. There it is, blown array. If you're Mystic, it would say exceeds calculations. And if you're Instinct, say it with me, it would say best. I mean, come on now. So, yeah, there you go with that. So now that we know what this is and what it has, we're gonna hold down the calci icon. And then we're gonna click on the bar graph one, which is like the second from the top on the left, the gold, orange, yellow one, whatever. We're gonna click on that. It's gonna bring it to this screen. You're gonna click on combination, and you're gonna see 3 possibilities. One of them is 87, the other 2 are 84s. Now, the attack for that Mewtwo is at a 15. Nothing else is at a 15. So we know that it's 84. It's one of these 2 84s. It don't matter. It's 84%. So that's why I type in 84 right there. So that's how you use Calci IV. That's how you check for IVs. And Calci IVs is quicker. It's still a bit time consuming depending on how many Pokemon you gotta go through. But it's quicker than Poke Assistant. But if you want to play it safe, use Poke Assistant. So I'm gonna call it a wrap. Now, before I sign off, that will determine what IVs you should be looking for. Because again, and it's up to you. If you want to keep the 82.2%ers, fine. If you want to raise that requirement up to 90, fine, 95, okay, whatever the case may be. Now, this does not solely determines whether or not you should keep your Pokemon on transfer, because next time on Back to Basics, we're going to look at which Pokemon are more relevant. So, 100% Kyogre is more relevant than 100% Raticate. I mean, come on now. So, but yet, you may want to keep the Raticate because it's a hundo, sentimental value, whatever. But in terms of which Pokemon is useful, and trying to help you determine whether or not you should keep it or not, we're gonna cover that in the next episode, rather. So with that said, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, the new Jay Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah. After you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the bell icon so you never miss a new video or a live stream ever again. Thanks, guys.
Living in a world where tomorrow's never promised. Last of a dying breed, rather find honest. Got me feeling like an onyx. My heart was getting hard till I looked to the sky. Say I'ma leave it to God and embark on this path. Journey of a lifetime. Everybody rhyme, but not a lot I co-sign. Define the mind's capability.